Welcome, Scorpio, to your reading for the first half of November. We're doing the 12 card spread, as always. And in your first house, we have the Seven of Swords. So, this card in your first house of identity, self-expression, your essence, and what makes you you, I think it's saying something about being very strategic at this time. It may feel like you're having to calculate every move that you're making. And you're being very gentle with the way you do that and very deliberate, which can be very helpful and in your favor. And I think because this is coming up in the first house, you're already embodying this energy. The rest of the reading will show you how you can shift that and transform it and develop into a bit more of what am I trying to say here? I guess kind of make the most of that energy. So let's see what the clarifier says with that.
Wow, interesting. We have the devil. So, new beginnings around your sense of self and identity and your sense of essence. So, I get this the feeling that perhaps you're letting something go, an old self is dying, you've outgrown something, and maybe using the strategic energy, you're stepping into a new way of being. So, perhaps you're feeling a little reborn. There's some kind of renaissance happening, stepping into a new you.
Mhm.
Exciting, Scorp.
Beautiful. Then in the second house, Scorpio, you have the Knight of Wands. So the second house is all about your values, what you do value in your life, your resources and skills and things that can help you along. The Knight of Wands is a very fiery energy coming into that space. So I'm wondering if you're feeling like you have that capacity to charge in and make decisions more quickly, or someone is coming in for you and taking charge of that for you, but for your benefit. And this is asking you to lean into that support. What's the clarifier saying about how to do that?
Lovely. We have the Three of Pentacles in your house of what you're resourced with and how you bring about your abundance. So it's saying that you have a special skill, talent, gift, or ability. The Three of Pentacles is about work that's above and beyond. They're admiring his work. So there's attention around your quality work coming through for you at this time. And I would say your capacity to deliver quality work is what you're resourced with to bring about your abundance and your security. So, looking really good for you in terms of money, Scorp.
Mm, lovely. And then in the third house, Scorpio, you have the Death card. This card is your card in the third house of communication and ideas. And the Death card is, again, a symbol of rebirth. So, in looking at the first house with the Seven of Swords being in that position and the Death card coming up in communication, I feel like there's a new way you're looking at sharing your ideas, the way you're connecting with people. And it could be coming from a place that's very subconscious or very meaningful and purposeful because, as we know, death is such a huge part of life. And when you look at that as an analogy for things, we need to embrace endings as much as beginnings. So I'm wondering how endings are bringing about good change for you, Scorpio. Let's see what the clarifier says there.
Mm. Oh, beautiful. You have the King of Swords in your house of communication, thinking, and ideas, how you express yourself. So, the King of Swords, he's erudite. He knows what he knows. He's all about skill and wisdom, and he's serious and stern. He can be a little hard to read. So, I'm wondering if there's an aspect of this coming off in how you're communicating. Or actually, what I get more strongly, Scorp, is that when you communicate, this sense of this person knows what they're talking about is really coming through strongly. And maybe this is a new thing, hence the death card. The old way, maybe there was some niggling self doubt, and you're moving into this new way of communicating, which is King of Swords. He really knows what he knows, and everybody listens. So I say that this is a new energy that you're moving into, Scorp. And for some of you, you're already experiencing this.
Beautiful. Then in the fourth house, we have the Eight of Wands. And the fourth house is all things familiar, home life, chosen family, family of origin. And the Eight of Wands is always about quick success. So it's fast momentum. Maybe some kind of change is coming in the home front that's much wanted, much needed, and bringing about exciting change. What's the clarifier saying with how that'll happen?
Lovely. Oh, okay. Interesting. We've got the Five of Pentacles showing up in your fourth house of home, family, how you feel at home in the world, family of origin, all things familiar. So, this is a card about not drawing attention to your weaknesses. So, I'm wondering if you're feeling a little vulnerable somehow on the home front, and there's a sense that you need to kind of protect yourself and maybe put up some armor. It could also suggest that maybe you're talking yourself down a little bit on the home front, not accepting compliments. Oh, no, I'm no good at that. So I think it's just saying really honor your strengths and let them shine through with home and family is what I'm getting there.
Great. Thanks, Fran. And then in the fifth house, we have the Page of Pentacles. The fifth house is all about self-expression, that inner child coming to life, being able to connect with that part in you. And the Page of Pentacles is can be about good news, but it's also about an offer coming through that's really revitalizing and feeling familiar. There's something about positive new energy. It's not necessarily naivety, but it's connected to an innocence and a purity that may really serve you well at this time, particularly if your communication, like seen in the third house, can be coming off a little heavy. It's that lightening up around that. And it's really good to have that intensity as well as that kind of that humor, the wicked humor that you have, Scorpio. So leaning into that. What's the clarifier saying with the fifth house, Fran?
Oh, okay. Interesting. We've got the Nine of Wands in your fifth house of creative expression. So I feel like you want to get more into your creativity. You'd like to express yourself more, and perhaps you're going to have to set a boundary. The Nine of Wands is all about boundaries. So maybe you need to have some hard boundaries so you can carve some time out for your creative expression and do what you want to do. This is also a card of not giving up and strong perseverance, persistence, and determination. So if you've got a passion project or something creative that you're wanting to bring through in the world, this card is saying, don't give up. And the previous card is saying, follow that enthusiasm. So, really nice combination of determination and enthusiasm. Nice one, Scorp.
Nice. Then in the sixth house of work and making choices, you've got the Three of Cups. And the Three of Cups is a celebratory card, no matter what, no matter which placement. It's something about connecting with groups and friends and community, either at work or in terms of making a decision that may be difficult to make. Just leaning into that camaraderie and that spirit of family, friends, connections, colleagues, anyone that kind of brings out that celebratory spirit in you, Scorpio. What's the clarifier saying there, Fran?
Yeah, great. Okay, so we've got the Five of Wands showing up in your sixth house of work and making choices. So the Five of Wands is about conflict, competition, and how to resolve it. So I feel like at this time, Scorp, you're not really threatened by the competition. And if you are, I don't think it's going to take much for you to dial that down in your own mind. It's more about learning from the competition. And I feel like that will serve you really well in the workplace, is what I'm getting there.
Yeah, thanks, Fran. I'm also picking up, like, I had this story in my head of everyone celebrating and having fun, and then the Five of Wands comes along and everything's collapsing and everyone's crying suddenly, and it's just these up and down roller coaster of emotions. But part of that is just being in life and being in relationships. And if competition or conflict arises, you can find a way to laugh through that or process it together, and it can get really silly. And that's such a wonderful way to bond. So I feel like something silly is going to come up with that at work or with making a decision. Moving on into the seventh house, Scorpio, you have the King of Swords emerges again. He came up in the third house, didn't he, of communication?
Yeah, very good, Em.
Yeah, so and this is in the house of relationships and romance and partnership and all that, and partnership with the self. So lots of clarity there. Anytime the swords come up, it's usually about really concise communication, but also transformation, because the butterfly on his throne represents that metamorphosis. Metamorphosis? I think that's how you say it. And he's very direct. So that's something that you can lean into in your relationships, maybe, or you're feeling like someone is being really direct with you, Scorpio, and it's a little uncomfortable, but there's a lot of learning that can come from that too. And yeah, let's see what the clarifier says with that.
Lovely. Oh, gorgeous. Your clarifier is the Two of Cups. So this is somebody who's not your usual type. this is about accepting differences. So, yeah, I wonder if there is somebody that's coming in. I would look out for somebody different, and I would be open to accepting differences, is all I'm getting there. But there's going to be a lot of growth and expansion through this person, and just a sense of like new energy and new aliveness, very in keeping with the death card, like a real rebirth.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm glad you mentioned that, Fran, because I really don't believe in types. I used to believe that everybody had a type. But it just boxes us in terms of what we're open to and open to connecting with. And it's such I think a very healthy way to connect to community when we're just open to everybody's differences. So I really like what you said there. Then in the eighth house, Scorpio, this is your house of transformation. You've got the Four of Wands, shared resources and transformation, which can be both represented in the form of some kind of union or marriage, which comes up in this card. But transformation, because taking a huge, serious commitment like that can be so transformative. But also, it's tapping into shared resources of when we come into union with another person, a family, a community. That's expanding our network, expanding our shared resources. So I feel like Scorpio, this is asking you to lean into that somehow this coming fortnight around how you can just reflect on ways you can commit and ways you can share resources better. And also, if commitment is not something that you're looking for, I'm not just talking about relationships, but commitment to self or commitment to a project, then asking yourself why that is could be helpful. What's the clarifier saying there, friend?
How intriguing. Your clarifier. Oh, wow. So beautiful. You have the Ace of Pentacles. So this is a big opportunity coming in, filled with potential. It's a lot of inspiration. It does need nurturing into existence. And I feel that this opportunity that comes in is going to be a transformational experience for you. So look out for the opportunity. There could be opportunities I get for a lot of you that are there and they're dormant. And you're like, oh, is this really? Yes, it is. Go for it. Go for it. Nurture it. Exciting scope.
Absolutely. Okay. And then that was the eighth house and the ninth house of expansion, higher thinking. Um, so we've got the Seven of Cups. I always kind of stop and think about this card because I feel like there's two ways to read it. Either it's like there's too many choices, I'm feeling paralyzed, or it's actually a really positive omen because you've got a lot at it's like a smorgasbord of ideas and opportunities. And whichever way you're feeling more about it, Scorpio, I would challenge you to have a look at it from the other angle. So if it's feeling like, yeah, I've got so much to choose from, just being mindful of how that can lead to paralysis. Or if you're feeling like, oh, this is really sticking for me, I don't know how to make a decision, um, maybe leaning into some gratitude that there is a lot of option available for you to kind of shift out of that mode of, oh, I don't know where to go with this. So also seeing what the clarifier says with how to do that.
This one jumped out. This is the Two of Wands. So this is all about the desire, the need to take a risk, to step out into greater expansion. So I feel like what this is asking of you is to take the risk. So if you've got a bit of a will I, won't I situation going on, it is saying, yes, please do take the risk. Do kind of branch out into broader horizons. You might kind of think like, yeah, I know the world. I've been there, done that, bought the t-shirt, but there's more. There's more coming. So I
Mm.
think just, yeah, whatever comes through on the wind, just really go for it. Just be open to saying yes.
I really connected with what you said there, Fran. Like I can look at this card, the Seven of Cups, and be like, that figure looks like he's already seen it all as well. Like, look at everything I've grown and explored. And then the Two of Wands is saying, like, yeah, I've got the world in my hands. But it's so refreshing to lean into that knowledge that like I can't ever know everything. Like, how amazing is that? There's always something else out there that's so wonderful about our universe that keeps giving. So that's the ninth house. In the 10th house, Scorpio, you've got the Chariot card. So the Chariot's telling you things are pulling straight ahead in terms of the 10th house of reputation, social status, and public facing image, the way that you show up in your community and to others. But the Chariot is also the card for Cancer. So is there a Cancerian in your life that's helping you channel that energy in your public in your public world, maybe the way that you speak, or some kind of mentoring, or some kind of person that guides that and inspires that? Or is there a placement in your chart that's connected to that? Either way, this is a very positive omen in terms of you're forward facing, you're standing there, there's no hesitation, and you can really lean into that confidence that you know is really just right there, ready to go. What's the clarifier saying with it, friend?
Wow, it seems like full steam ahead on the career front, Scorp. You have the always lovely
Ooh.
Queen of Wands. So the Queen of Wands is bold, she's fearless. In the time of tarot, black cats were frowned upon. They were regarded as bad luck and avoided, but she doesn't care. She marches to the beat of her own drum. So I feel like this is the spirit that you're bringing into your career. And I feel like it's really going to pay off. So be bold, Scorp.
Yeah, lovely. And then in the 11th house of dreams, hopes, and wishes, you've got the King of Pentacles. The King of Pentacles is, as always, he was a very hard worker, and he's grown this amazing, abundant vineyard of grapes that are really difficult to grow. And being in that house of your hopes, dreams, and wishes, there may have been something that's just come true for you recently, Scorpio, or that will be coming true over the next couple of weeks. And it's coming true in a really big way that could be very positively impacting your resources, what you value, because of the pentacles there. So it's very tangible, this wish that's coming true for you. What's the clarifier saying, friend?
I love that, Em, and it feels like it's coming through around your skills and your hard work. And our clarifier says, "Oh wow, again the Chariot." Okay,
Oh,
so this is a
nice.
repeating card, which is confirmation for your path, Scorp. So the Chariot is full steam ahead. It's leaving the past behind and moving into a brand new world. So as Em was saying, this card is about Cancer, the Cancerian card. So look out for a Cancerian person, I would say, or somebody with Cancerian energy. And what that is nurturing, deeply intuitive, creative. We're known for our loony laughter. So yeah, look out for a Cancerian, but incredibly positive, full steam ahead. You're coming into a very clear period of abundance and expansion, Scorp.
Yeah, thanks, friend. And then finally, in your 12th house, Scorpio, in the subconscious and all things mysterious and taboo, you have the Six of Swords. And Six of Swords is just a card of leaving one shore and moving to the next. Whatever that may be, it's unknown, but it's about packing up and going. And you've had enough of whatever this is that's been happening. I don't know in which realm of your life that's specifically catering to. But there's something about that, needing some security in a different land or a different way of thinking. Let's see what the clarifier says with that.
Oh, wow. Beautiful. You couldn't ask for better, Scorp. You have
Another
the Eight of
double.
Wands. Yeah, double. You have
Whoa.
the Eight of Wands as your clarifier in the 12th house of spirituality, all things hidden, making the unconscious conscious, so making the hidden realms of you more visible, more out into the world. So quick success. So I always get the sense when a truly positive card lands in the 12th house, it's also around your spiritual work paying off, which I think is a bit of a theme with us for you, Scorp. So, yeah, quick success is coming in for you. It's also about a message coming in. So, listen out for some communication, positive news. What an incredible reading.
Yeah, amazing. So many repeating cards, Scorpio, and such a journey. I know at the beginning we started off with looking at the Seven of Swords and being very strategic and deliberate with what you're doing, and then it moving through all these different aspects of lots of fast movement, a lot of community connections, a lot of wish fulfillment, and very steady moving. So, congratulations on your reading, Scorpio. Thanks for watching with us. Please like, subscribe, and share as always, and we'll see you in the next fortnight.